Okay, are we locked on? Yep. Let's do this for take, 4, 5? Okay, we're gonna try this for like a 7th time. You know, I did a whole opener, and then when I took a look at it, it was 5 freaking minutes long. You deserve better than that. So, no, we're not gonna do that. Welcome to season 6 of Keeping History on Two Wheels, where our first episode is gonna be on Cades Cove, just outside of Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Sit back and enjoy the ride. Welcome to Cades Cove. A cove in the Smoky Mountain Vernacular is a relatively flat valley between mountains and ridges. This particular cove is a showcase for some of the most inspiring natural and cultural treasures that the Southern Appalachian Mountains have to offer. In fact, there are few other places within the entire national park system where both wild nature and human history can be enjoyed in such an idyllic setting. When Cades Cove was a farming community, an unpaved two-way road followed the same general route as the present-day 11-mile one-way loop road. In 1900, about 125 Cove families used the road, though not all of them lived immediately on it. The Laurel Creek Road, now the only entrance to the cove, was not built until after the park was established in 1934. From the 1830s and 40s on through the next 100 years, there were basically 5 unpaved roads that led to the cove. These are now being used primarily as hiking trails. Once you're on the loop road, the first structure you'll come to is the John Oliver Cabin, which is the home in Cades Cove. It was built in the early 1820s. Once you're back on the road, the next structure you'll come to is the Primitive Baptist Church. Some of the earliest settlers established this church in 1827, and a log building served their needs until this one replaced it in 1887. The church was closed during the Civil War, and official church correspondence after the war explained it all. We, the Primitive Baptist Church in Blount County and Cades Cove, do show the public why we have not kept up with our church meetings. It was on account of the rebellion, and we as Union people and the rebels was too strong here in Cades Cove. Our preacher was obliged to leave sometimes, and thank God we once more can meet. Some of the earliest settlers lie in the cemetery, and the consolidated schools stood to the left of the road leading to the church. J.D. McCampbell, a blacksmith and carpenter, built the Methodist Church in 115 days for $115. He later served many years as the minister, and Methodists were not as numerous as the Baptists in the Cove, but enough of them got together in the 1820s to establish the church in a log building that lasted until this one replaced it in 1902. The primary access to Cades Cove is the 11-mile one-way Cades Cove Loop Road. If you are driving this narrow road, please be sure to watch out for bicyclists and pedestrians along the way. If you wish to stop and observe wildlife, please use one of the roadside pull-offs so as to not block the traffic. It was kind of hot out that day, so Danny and I both took our helmets off. We were only maxing out at about 20 miles an hour anyway, so, it wasn't that big a deal. However, this is a national park, and I'm really surprised that the rangers didn't pull us over and give us a ticket, or at least tell us to put them back on. Both the ride to and the ride through Cades Cove is an absolutely beautiful ride. Now, there's two separate kinds of rides though. The road to Cades Cove is the twisty, turny, normal mountain road that you would think of when you're thinking about sport bikes taking curves. The road through Cades Cove, however, is just a slow, meandering ride. Both are absolutely beautiful. So if you get the chance, go to Cades Cove and take a ride through both of them. Of course, if you're going to take your helmet off, you might want to secure it on your bike before you just take off. Otherwise, something stupid like this could happen. Geez, he may ride faster than I do, but I swear, he's a slow walker. When you get to the cable mill area, the grist mill is on the original site. Other historic buildings in this complex were brought from somewhere else in the park. The blacksmith shop, though typical of old-time blacksmith shops in the Cove, was built in recent years, as was the building housing the visitor center. This set of bears made a total of 7 for the day. It was 2 sows and 5 cubs. So keep your eyeballs peeled. You never know what you'll see. They had a ton of turkeys and deer too. There's so much to see at Cades Cove that if I put it all on one video, it would be a 6-hour video, and this one's already long enough as it is. So you guys would literally seek me out and kill me. That's all there is to it. So if you get the chance and you're going to Gatlinburg, might as well take the trip out to Cades Cove. There's plenty of signs showing you how to get there. Danny and I had a great time on our trip up the Blue Ridge Parkway and then over to Gatlinburg and then back home. Hopefully, we'll get to do it again soon. If we do, we'll definitely bring you along with us. Thank you for watching Keeping History on Two Wheels. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It's right over here. Don't forget to hit that bell so that you'll be notified whenever we do an upload. Also, always remember, every trip starts with a step, and that step, well, it starts with you.